Hey guys, it's Dean from the Workshop Whisperer here, just coming to you this Thursday with a live training, our little 10-minute tactic. And today I want to talk to you about why you need to systemize processes in your auto repair shop. Now, if you want to know why you should be systemizing processes and documenting standard operating procedures in your auto repair shop, then you're certainly in the right place. Look, if you want to find out how you can get your copy of our standard operating procedure template, SOP template, then just stick around to the end of this video, and I'll let you know how you can do that. And also be sure to give me a thumbs up at the end of the video if you've found it helpful. When we think about systemization and documenting procedures, processes in your auto repair shop now, the biggest problem that we see is that no systems in your auto repair shop actually means no freedom. What do I mean by that? Well, number one, it's often the case where the business owner thinks they're responsible for everything. In many cases, they become the biggest barrier to the growth of the business, because all roads run through the business owner, and therefore they're being pulled in a million different directions, and they're robbing themselves of the time required to actually think strategically about the business and the best way to grow the business. The other part is team members not being able to take tasks on because they simply don't know how to do them. There might be a very short and a very fast introduction to how something is done, but under pressure, the human brain doesn't retain information very, very well. And if we've only heard how to do something once, it's highly likely, in fact, it's quite probable that 90% of the information we will forget 10 minutes after that. Thirdly, tasks can be overlooked because there is a dependency on one or two key people to do those roles, and if they're not there, they're too busy doing other things, some critical tasks for the ongoing business growth, business maintenance, business health can be totally overlooked, and this is a whole problem, and people get frustrated from that. And so you can see often a lot of churn within team members, all right? But what's the opportunity here? Well, the opportunity really is to create standard operating procedures and to document systems inside your business so that you can teach the system or the process once, but you can train your team forever. The team you've got now or the team that's going to come. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Once you've got your processes and your systems in place, you can create your own training log, your own training folder that current and future team members can refer to over and over again, which means they don't have to come to you to be retrained every single time. You can actually refer them to a training resource that you've already got in place. And that's the biggest opportunity here, which is you can teach a team member once, but train future team members forever with the same documented process. Now, as a framework here, what do we need to be considering? Well, there's 3 T's: task, team, and time when it comes to putting together your standard operating procedures or your systems, right? And ultimately, it's broken down into here, which is number one, the task really is you need to be very, very clear on describing what actually has to happen. Okay, what is what is? I'll just write that even neater. You've got to ask, what is the actual task that needs to be completed? Now, it can be the most simple of processes, tasks, like ordering toilet rolls, changing the toilet roll. Literally, we want to systemize your business up the wazoo, so everything that has to get done has an SOP attached to it on how to do it, right? When it comes to team, that we're looking at who is responsible for doing that task. Without responsibility, there's no accountability, okay? And so someone has to own that task, right, must have the responsibility for completing that task. Can be, you can do it based on, shift starting time. You can do it on a particular role. You can do it based on who's there at a particular time. It doesn't matter, right? But first of all, we've got to be very clear on what the task is, and we've also got to stipulate who is responsible for completing that task. And then the last one is time, and of course that's simply saying, when does this need to be done? Okay, is it a daily thing? Is it a weekly thing? Is it a monthly thing? If it's a daily thing, what time? When does the task need to be completed by? And why do we want to do? Also, what's the other framework? Why do we create this? Is because we want to reduce replication and duplication, but we want to reproduce consistency, right, of result, so that anyone following the process is going to go a long way to producing a consistently and expected result. Okay, that's our framework. So what are the actions? Where do you start? Well, there's three. First of all, do a big brain dump of everything you're currently doing in your auto repair shop right now. From the smallest one of how to order coffee, how to use the coffee machine, right up to how to order parts, how to invoice, how to quote, how to follow up with customers, how to talk to customers on the phone. We can have standard processes, scripts if you like, for that. So do a big brain dump of everything you're currently doing in your auto repair shop right now. Second is discuss it with the team, right? So do a dump. Second is to discuss it with the team. Explain to your team why it's so important to have standard operating procedures inside the business, and what it will mean for them, how it will benefit them when you've got these systems, processes in place. Okay, and that's all around their understanding, their autonomy, and their ability to get on and do work without having to come and find you to ask little questions or the same old questions all the time. And then thirdly, where possible, delegate the creation or the documentation of the standard operating procedure to the person who is already doing that procedure right now. Again, it does not have to be you as the business owner producing, creating, documenting every process and procedure you do right now. We can actually have people document the process as they're doing it. Little hint, think about how you can video these processes as quickly, as often as you possibly can, because 82% of our information comes through our visual pathways. When we can see a video, our powers of recall go up, not least that we can rewind and rewatch things that maybe don't make sense the first time round. So do a brain dump of everything that's going on in your every system or process, everything you're doing rather inside your auto repair shop. Discuss with the team on why it's important and how it will benefit them, and then delegate the creation of those SOPs to the person who's doing the task right now. Okay, what's the result at the end of this? Well, the beauty is it's less time in the business, right? Which means you've got more time available to work on the business, strategic development, big picture thinking, identifying your key priorities and projects that are going to move the needle forward the fastest for you and your auto repair shop. And of course, the other beauty is that it gets closer to you getting out of your business. Where if you're looking to sell your business, one of the things that any investor is going to want to look for is all the systems, all the standard operating procedures, so they could walk in and take over the business tomorrow if that's what you were choosing to do. So by having SOPs, less time getting stuck in the business, more time working on the business, and you're getting closer to getting out of your business. That's a win for everyone. So why does this work? Well, it works because you create a team playbook, right? Much like any coach, and I think of NFL, gridiron, if you like. Teams there have playbooks this thick. Why? Because once the quarterback calls a play, every player on the field knows exactly what they need to do to execute that play successfully. It's exactly the same thing here, right? So by having a team playbook and documented SOPs, number one, it allows your team to use their problem-solving skills, right? Every time you solve a problem for your team, you're robbing them of their ability to learn. You might feel good, you might feel important, you might feel powerful, but you're actually creating a rod for your own back, because all you're teaching them is, I have problem, you have solution, I'll come and interrupt you, right? We want to change that around. We want them to use their problem-solving skills. Number two, new team members have a resource they can refer to, right? So they don't have to keep coming and asking you what they might think are silly or stupid questions. They can go to the playbook and find the answers that they need. Three, it reduces errors and increases consistency. All right, that's obvious when we've got a manual we can refer to that tells us how to do something. And that process is designed to deliver a consistent and quality result, then chances are that's what you're going to get. And the beauty, of course, is that it gives you, as the business owner, more space, because your team are learning to solve their own problems and educate themselves on how things get done the way you like to do them. Okay. What are the lessons? Simply, you've got to make time to do this. This is not a quick fix. It's not a band-aid solution, and it's not something that you will complete in a week. If you even set yourself, to write up 1 to 2 SOPs per week, or you have them documented by the team, over a 12-month period, you're going to have somewhere from 56 to 112 processes documented inside your workshop. That is a pretty good number of SOPs to have. So you have to make time. You've got to allocate time for you to do this yourself, and just put in place a schedule of how many. A schedule that means you'll be able to realistically complete 1 to 2 SOPs a week. If you can do more, fantastic. But that's a great start. Okay. Now, I said earlier in the video, if you want a copy of our template for creating standard operating procedures, all you need to do is comment SOPs down below in the comment section, and one of our team will flick you out a link where you can download the template. If this video's short, 10-minute tactics been helpful, just give us a thumbs up. Share it with someone who you think could also benefit from it, and of course, if there's any other trainings that you'd love to learn about from us, then again, just in the comments box, just tell us if there's other topics you'd like us to give you a quick 10-minute tactic on, and we'll do our best to get that out to you and for you as soon as we can. All right, guys, have fun systemizing your business. Know that the biggest benefit and the greatest bonus for you is all the time you'll get back in not being interrupted the way that you probably are now with the same old question every single day. All right, guys, take care, and as we say here at the Workshop Whisperer, keep those repair orders nice and high. Bye for now.